everyone!
Welcome to Chubby Chats.
I'm Pamela.
And I'm Astrid. And today we're going to talk about celebrities, I guess.
And I hope this time we both look at the camera and also, because the last one, our gaze is everywhere. And also that we speak slower because, you know, our friends who are learning English should be able to understand what we're talking about.
I'm not going to speak slow, I'm sorry. It's just not, within me. As much as I tried, I would keep constantly forgetting, so it'd just be me being, I'm sorry, and then trying to speak slower again. So
then do that.
Why don't you just play it slower? Put it slower on the thing.
Why are you telling me? Tell the people then.
No, you could do it. If you want to upload it, speak slower, just upload it at a slower pace.
No, because then the whole speech is going to be discombobulated.
And do it for both of them.
What?
Just do it for both of them.
For both of them what?
You just split on both the audio and everything. Anyways, we're going to carry it away on something else.
Yeah.
But we're talking about celebrities because, well, one, we didn't know what to talk about in this podcast.
Yeah, no.
But two, because, today, there was a Snapchat story from Lando Norris, who currently finds himself in Finland, which made me go on a little rampage on my close friends about just the luck I have with celebrities we have in general. Honestly,
it might be a kindness from God, you know? It might be a kindness because he says never meet your heroes. So
I don't think Jesus said that, but
okay. I mean, all ideas come from him, right? So whoever said it, Jesus inspired it.
Don't meet your idols unless it's Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo.
Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, we've had so many close encounters with celebrities, and so it just made me think I know this isn't just an us thing, but
what do you mean?
It happens to other people.
Yeah.
But it's been
But we meet the weirdest people too. I don't know.
I mean, the weirdest. Who have we met?
Royalty, but
But that's because it's a gathering. I mean, general public situations where you could run into a celebrity. We've had the worst luck, and not even because we can't do it. It's just because they don't
consider us.
We find out a couple of minutes later. Oh my God! Literally, the sun is just.
I like it.
Going.
I like how we look. We look cute. We look golden hour.
We look golden hour. Anyways, yeah. So it just these are not going to be in order because they're literally just
things that have happened.
But I feel this has happened, or at least started noticing more when we were in Finland. Firstly, no one went to Finland when we were there. Yes, shows happened as in, concerts happened.
Yeah, but those were scheduled appearances for
exactly.
People. People weren't going to Finland to have fun.
But, touristing wise, or, I feel it's
also, I want to make a little interruption here. We're talking about, fun things. Political stances in all the Nordic countries are very tense right now. We're not okay with war in whatever shape or form that comes. So, yeah, we're talking about lighthearted things right now, but we are not neglecting the fact that a lot of people in the Nordic countries are having a really tough time, and our prayers are with you guys, all of you. And, yeah, let's just carry on.
The what? Yeah. I mean, when we were there, no one showed up. I actually think, wasn't that the year before we moved to Finland? I think one of the Amazing Race things had happened there, and we found out when we watched that season there that we were oh my God, if we had been here a year before, we could have run into the Amazing Race people. Which, if you don't know what Amazing Race is, you should look it up and watch some because it's so good.
Honestly, yes.
And it's just something that we've watched as a family for a long time.
Yeah. We always idolize about how we would do things if we went there, but honestly,
we would never.
I feel I wasn't built for that. If it was a city-based event and people didn't go to the wild and stuff, I'd be good because I'm a city person. Mm-hmm. But whenever they go to the Serengeti or and they're in the middle of nowhere, I'm nah, thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that was the first thing that we were oh, and it's maybe not I think it was the season where it was influencers or social media people.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then the magic guy, I can't remember what his name was, was like there as well, and I was just like, oh, that's just so frustrating, you know, that like they were there or something. Anyways, like,
and it was like right behind our school. Like I remember the magic guy doing a trick right behind our school, like where we.
No, that wasn't that. He did it in front of the cathedral thing. What something else that did happen that you just reminded me by saying behind the school was Casey Neistat went to Finland, and he made a vlog of going to Finland, and he was close to the school. Like he skated close to the school, and he was staying in a hotel that from our school you could see it. Like it was right. Like you could walk to it, maybe would have been 15-20 minutes away walk.
Not even that much, unless you're really slow at walking.
But you could see the thing, and if you saw the vlog where he was in Finland, like he swims in a pool, like you could see the pool from the school we were at.
Also, like, note that Finland is really small, so it's not like there's a lot of places where celebrities could go.
No, but that's been like the city center as well, because I mean when celebrities go, most of them go to like the snowy skiing Lapland.
That's true. That's true.
Like that, you know, but. Yeah, like when Casey Neistat went, I remember like watching the vlog and being like, are you kidding me? He skated so close to the school, and it's like, he skated around the city center, and you're like, he could have skated past me, and I just wasn't aware until he like uploaded the vlog and he was no longer in Finland, and it's like, it was super frustrating.
Which props to them, because you need to remain safe, and sometimes fans are scary, but you just wish you were there, you know?
Yeah. And then, like, and I feel like being in Finland as well, like, apart from the fact that, like, most Finnish people are reserved, feel like you're not, like, in a... Dangerous. It doesn't create, like, an environment where people get, like, super aggressive or something like that, you know?
Even though people said that the One Direction fans, when they went, was, like, a bit intense. Because I remember somebody...
chill.
Oh, okay. Well, somebody at like school said, like, yeah, like that was the most intense.
No, but it was probably just because like
nothing happens there,
and it was like, you know, but I don't feel like anything like intense happened. Anyways, continuing.
That was
I feel
one
like
of them.
Yeah, the most like significant thing. I mean, one of the times that I did run into someone was the Dudesons, which are like a Finnish group, like a YouTuber. People, I don't know. I honestly, I'm not aware if they still make videos or not. But I used to like watch them like quite a bit when I was there. And when we were there, they opened like not like a theme park, but like a trampoline park, I think it was, at a mall that was like 10 minutes away from our house.
That mall was my favorite place on earth.
And yeah, I always remember thinking like, oh my god, we literally go to this mall every single day because we had to get the metro from there, or like we just were there in general before the metro was even put. But like, I was like, you know, when they did their grand opening, they're like, whatever. I was like, there's no way, like
they're right there,
and I don't
10 minutes away.
And then like one day we were gonna go watch a movie. One of the only things we could do in Finland.
I loved it.
We went to go watch a movie. And, like, we were coming up the electrical stairs, the escalators, like, to the first floor. And their theme park was on the second floor. But, like, I remember, like, turning around. I don't know how, but, yeah, like, turned around and I was, like, it took me a second to register. And I was, like, I recognize those people. Where do I recognize those people from? Oh, wait, they're the Dudesons. And they're standing in front of, like, their trampoline park. And then, like, I remember just, like, telling Pamela, like, Pamela, those are the dudes, and then, like, I immediately got, like, flustered, but, like, I was like, and then I was like, I need to go ask for a picture, which I was also really shy about because my legs were literally shaking. I was, like, my whole body was, like, just in overdrive. I was like, okay, it's the first time I meet a celebrity, so like, calm down, you know? And so, I remember just being like, oh my god, I need to go take a picture.
But you were, like, scared,
and
right?
my mom, no, I wasn't scared, I was just nervous.
Because why did dad go with you?
Because you didn't want to go with me.
Yeah, because I didn't know them, and I was like, it's awkward.
Yeah, but even so, like, I didn't want to go alone. I was so nervous, and I needed someone to take a picture of me.
I did take the picture, though, in the end.
No, you didn't.
Yes, because...
No, you didn't. Dude, I took a damn selfie. You can see it. It's a selfie.
You sure?
You didn't even go up with us.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, I remember, like, like, I was like, oh my god, it's them. And then my mom and dad were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They got, like, scared because I started getting, like, so flustered, and I immediately got red. And so they kind of got scared, and then they were like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I was like, this is the YouTubers I watch, you know? And then, Mom was like, oh my god, okay, go ask for a picture and stuff. And I was like, okay, but I don't want to go alone. And so my dad was like, I'll go with you, right? And so, like, I was like, okay, my dad's going to go up with me, and then he's going to take a picture of me with them, you know? And so, like, I got up, I went up, and they were talking to each other, you know? And then I was like, hi, like, sorry to bother you, but could I please get a picture with you guys? And then they were like, sure, super, like, sweet and everything. They were like, sure. And so, like, I went to, like, stand with them, and my dad started standing with them as well. And, like, I was like, okay, I guess it's the picture of the four of us. And so I just I quickly, you know, held my phone up, took the selfie.
Don't you remember?
And that was it. And then, like...
No, but don't you remember that asked?
That's what I'm getting to.
Oh, okay.
Like, then we took the picture, and then, like, I was like, thank you so much. And then they were super kind. Like, they were actually, like... I didn't want to take more of their time because, I mean, they looked like they were busy. Or at least, like, chatting about something. I suppose that if they were there, it was because they were working on their theme
business.
park. You know? And so, like, I didn't want to take more of the time, so I was like, thank you so much. And then they asked... They were like, where are you guys from? And stuff. And then I was like, oh, I'm from Mexico. We live here, you know? And stuff. And they were like, oh, cool. And then it was like, how are you finding Finland and stuff? Like, they started making conversation, and so that's why, like, I was making conversation with them. But then there was, like, a minute of, like, kind of silence, and my dad went, where are you guys from? And I was like, I kind of wanted to die. So I was like, okay, so they're gonna think that I don't know who they are.
No, I think they
like,
get that parents don't know what the fuck is happening.
And then my dad asked, and then they looked at me, and, like, sort of like, is he for real? But not, like, in a cocky way either. It was just sort of like oh, I thought, like, he knew who we were or something like that. Yeah. And then I was just, like, kind of dying, and I remember I answered her, like, they're from Finland, Dad. That's their theme park.
Yeah, that's their park over there. Like, right next to it.
And my dad was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, I kind of want to bury myself in it right now. But I was like, yeah, anyways, thank you so much for your time. We were gonna... And then I literally told them, oh, we're gonna go catch a movie right now. Thank you. And I was like, I love your videos. Thank you, like, you know. And then we just left. And I remember, like, as soon as I got to my mom, and I was like, dude, Dad just embarrassed you in front of the distance. Which he didn't do it on purpose, and he actually found funny. Like, it's not like he feels bad about that. Like, he found it funny. But he was like, yeah, I was kind of, like, dumb. Apart from the fact that they look so Finnish. Like, they look so Finnish.
And that, yeah, they were standing right next to their own park.
Yeah. Like, I was just like, dude, you were meant to go with me. Just take the picture of me, you know? My dad doesn't even know who they are. But anyways, like, I guess it was just FOMO from his part.
Yeah, he was probably like, I don't want to miss it.
And then, dude, I am boiling.
I love the sun.
I'm starting to sweat.
I don't get how
I'm gonna
you
be glistening
by the end of. But I love the sun.
Good for you. Anyways,
I love the sun. I think God is the sun. Okay. That's
I remember
from a different time.
I remember a year before we left Finland, Dan and Phil were gonna come to do, like, a meet and greet and a show there. I can't
Dan
remember
and Phil?
Yeah, I don't remember what the tour was.
What do you
And I remember I, like, asked my mom, I was like, please let me get tickets because,
Dan and Phil are never going to be there forever.
Yeah, and then I was like, and also, like, they weren't, like, that expensive of tickets. And it was the first time, like, I actually convinced Mom, because the tickets weren't, like, that expensive, of getting me, like, a VIP, like,
I don't remember
ticket.
this.
And so, like, I remember, like, I asked my mom, and she was like, yeah, sure, okay. Like, well, after some convincing, she was like, okay, sure. And so, like, I remember, like, sitting there waiting until the tickets went out. And then there was a problem with the site, like, getting the tickets.
I don't remember that.
And it kept saying, like, oh, the sales is, like, in 1 hour or something like that, you know. And I was like, oh, okay. I tried for, like, a little bit and it wouldn't work. And then when I tried an hour later, it said the tickets were all gone. And then, like, when I, like, went online to look, like, a bunch of people were having the same problem. But then it said the ticket sales were actually in the hour that they came out. But, like, the website crashed because of so many people trying to buy them that, like, it was showing up this message. But, like, the people who stuck around got their tickets. No. And the ones who came an hour later was, like, only a few of them got tickets.
Sucks.
And they sold out, like, super fast. And I remember bawled my eyes out. My mom was,
I kind of remember this.
She felt genuinely, like, so bad. Like, she was like, oh my god, like, that's just so sucky. And I was, like, crying my eyes out. And I was like, no fucking way. Like,
you know, Stan and Phil are the kind of people, like, they're good vibes. Like, they seem good vibes. They seem humble. And I would love to meet them one day.
And I just found out from a friend that they're actually going back to Finland this this year.
Oh, wow. Well, props to Finland.
I know. And I was like, when we left Finland, literally as soon as we left Finland, a couple of months later, it's like everyone was like, you know what?
Let's go there.
They're gone. Let's go to Finland.
And it wasn't just for, like, celebrities popping up for holidays. Like, everyone just decided Finland's a good place to do promo, to film films, to, like, shoot, like,
so
different things. Like,
the first celebrity I remember, like, going to Finland, literally, I think maybe 3 weeks after we left, was Taron Egerton, or Egerton, I think it is, yeah. Taron, he was
for
in the city center. No, he was just touristing. He was in the city center.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he filmed something there, but I think it was just touristing. He went to the city center, took a picture, like, in a spot where, like, we very much frequented. And then I remember, like, I even put a post up, and I was like, are you kidding me? I leave, and Taron Egerton is in Finland.
Yeah.
And then the second celebrity I remembered, well, it was kind of a mixture of both. I think Chachi Gonzalez, which is a YouTuber that I used to, like, hang out with Bobby and Kian Lawley and stuff. She ended up, like, she was in a relationship with one of the dudes since they got married. They had a child, and then they decided to move to Finland. Like, she used to live in LA, and then they moved to Finland. Now she's, like, currently living in Finland. Like, she's been living there for literally as long as we've been gone, I think. And then, like, after that, Kian Lawley went to live in Finland.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
A couple of months because he was filming something there. And the worst part of this was he was literally in the city center, not only, like, a place that we, like, frequented all the time, but he was staying in the same apartment building as one of my best friends lived. Like, an apartment building I literally went to almost 4 times a week. And that, like...
And that, like, this person met Kian.
Why do you skip ahead?
Sorry.
But yeah, like, my friend, she ended up texting me, like, one day, and she was like, I just bumped into Kian Lawley in the elevator, and I was like, oh, how cool. And, like,
great things for you.
She was like, yeah, like, he was with his mom, and I asked him if he was Kian, and he was like, no, it's not me. It's not, and then his mom was like, yeah, it's him.
It's not me.
And then, like, and I was like, damn, like, okay, cool, like, life is great, like, love life right now. And, like, he was posting pictures, like, in literally, like, places that I went through every single day that I was, like, just walking through, and I was like, this is just mental torture right now, because Kian Lawley is someone that I followed for basically my whole damn life, and I was like, this is so goddamn annoying.
You know what the good thing is, though? You gotta look at it from the positive side. You might not meet him here, but in heaven, you guys can, like, chat it up, and then you can tell him this funny story and just be like, I could have met you sooner.
Yeah, well then, like, yeah, I just saw, like, how, I mean, he was just everywhere that I used to be, and I was like, oh, this just so sucks, and I was like, whatever, it's fine, just let's not get too hot and bothered about it. Anyways, like, we had also, like, a lot of times, I can't, like, remember specific celebrities, but we had a couple of times where it was, like, vice versa, like,
Noah Schnapp, like, when we went to, was the one with the weird spiked castles in, like, here in Quebec.
Oh, yeah, like, but that was when we moved already, like, here. We went to San Miguel de Allende, which is, like, a little town here in Mexico. Very popular.
Very folkloric for Mexican culture and stuff like that.
Yeah. We went touristing a couple of months after we arrived, or maybe, a couple of months after we arrived. We went touristing there. And, like, we
went for, like, 3 days
No, in San Miguel, and then we went one day. But, like, we were kind of, like, touristing around, like, the little towns around. But, like, we went to San Miguel de Allende one day, just one day. Taking pictures, exploring. We took a tour, and so we were walking around, like, the whole place.
Yeah.
Taking a bunch of pictures. I got a bunch of pictures as well.
And then, like,
the day later.
No, and in the afternoon, I remember we sat down at a coffee place, and Astrid and I were like, haha, like, do you want to bet, like, real soon celebrities are gonna start?
Yeah, but that's also because, like, and during the tour, like, they showed us a hotel that was super luxurious, and it looked like that from the outside, and then they were like, this is the hotel that, like, the celebrities stay at when they come, because, like, it's just very
for them.
And it's, like, it looked like a damn city, because it had, like, the gates that open to the parking lot, and inside the parking lot there was, like, what looked like houses, but they're just, like, places that they can the
People
guests
can stay at?
Yeah, like there was like a hotel looking thing, but then also like a couple of like apartments, you know,
cabins or whatever.
Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, this is where the celebrities in Pamela, and we're like, oh,
haha, like
celebrities are gonna
like start
show
posting,
up,
yeah,
you know?
like, and it's gonna be like, you know, we just left or something like that.
And the day after,
Yeah.
I was looking through like my Insta.
Yeah.
And just the picture of Noah Schnapp in front of the dam, like
cathedral.
Yeah, like the main sort of like touristy spot in San Miguel de Allende.
Yeah.
Like a place where I took so many pictures of that damn
Yeah.
place, and I was like, you have to be fucking kidding me. Literally the day after.
Yeah.
I was like, are you joking? Couldn't we go a day later? Couldn't he come a day earlier? And we would have run into him.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you joking? Because it was also not like a big like place. Like you sort of like circled around and ended up finding yourself like in the same spot like quite frequently. So I do think like we would have had some luck of like running or walking into each other, you know?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. Calm and composed. Another time, which it upset us at the time, but now we don't really care, was we were sort of touristing around Mexico City. I don't know what we were doing actually.
I mean, it upset me because of my fandom heart.
Fanatism.
Yeah, but like not necessarily for the celebrity itself. And now even less.
Yeah.
I mean, I think yeah.
I mean, I don't know what we were doing. I think we went
on a tour, like a bus tour. Around Mexico City, because Mexico City is so big. Like Mexico isn't big.
London's quite big.
It's literally
if you get that, I love you.
It's just like super big, and there's so much to see. So like even we Mexicans who live here have been living here for a long time. Like I don't think we'll ever explore all of Mexico.
No, I mean you're able to. Like there's not like tour. There are like main spots you can see. It's just more like hidden places that I guess like. You know, but like, yeah, I mean, because we lived away from Mexico for so long, we didn't really, like, know Mexico, so I guess that day we just decided to take a tour bus to, like, look around, I guess. Mm-hmm. And,
we were stuck in traffic most of the day, so.
We were taking the metro.
There?
No, we were taking the metro. We had done the thing. I don't know where we were going, actually, but, like, we took the metro.
No, so, like, we parked our car in a different place because just traffic in Mexico
Yeah, but that was at the end of the day.
Yeah, but, like, in the metro line that we were taking, like it was to get there and to come back.
To the parking lot?
Yeah, like to get from the parking lot to the place to the bus like departure place and back to the parking lot.
Okay, so basically you're going back to the parking lot.
Yeah.
Dude, my eyebrows are sweating. And yeah, like we were taking the metro back. Like we remember. We even had like a conversation with my dad where he was explaining to us how the metro lines worked in Mexico and what line we were taking, like, and we had been taking that day because, I mean, as I said, like, Pamela and I never lived.
I mean, it's not like we're dumb because we've obviously taken the metro in other countries.
No, but we weren't familiar with the metro line in Mexico City, and so
exactly.
We were curious to know, like, how the metro line worked, like, there.
Yeah.
And so my dad, who, like, lived in Mexico City, is from Mexico City. He explained to us, like,
how it worked.
Yeah, how it worked, and he was explaining to us, like, the different lines and stuff, the line that we were taking and stuff. And then, like, we get to the parking lot, and I remember grabbing my phone and then just seeing, like, trending Ezra Miller. And then I was like, okay. And then it said Línea Rosa or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I clicked on the thing, and it's like, Ezra Miller currently in, this was maybe 10 minutes after we left the metro.
We were on our way to the parking lot.
Yeah, and then it just said Ezra Miller in, like, spotted in the metro in Mexico City. And
he wanted to become Mexican.
In the pink line. No, that's Drake Bell.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And, like, in the Línea Rosa, like, the metro line, you know, and then that we were just at. And it was, like, so he's probably a couple of, like,
stops
metros away from us. And it's like, we just didn't run into him as we do.
Yeah.
And it was like, for that one, like, it bothered us at the time because it was, like, what, 4 years ago?
I think it was, like, right after, like, not, like, right after, but, like, a year after, like, the first Fantastic Beasts happened.
Not the first, dude. The first one came out so long ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right now. But, like, for some reason, like, there was a lot of uproar in that, in, like, that Harry Potter was really trending, and like Fantastic Beasts was really trending at that point too.
Well, he ended up staying in Mexico for I think like 3 days or something, and we just kept seeing pictures of like him walking around, and we were back here like.
Also, like, so dangerous for a celebrity to be in the metro of Mexico. I don't know. Yeah, we should have known something. Red flags. Like,
No, I mean, celebrities do, like, it's not like, you know, I feel like, especially him, like, yes, he's recognized by, like, maybe, like, Harry Potter fans and stuff, but, like, at the same time, he has, like, I think, like, a
mean-looking face.
common enough face not to, like, be constantly, like, stopped everywhere, you know, and so, yeah, like, we saw that, and we were like, another one off the list of celebrities we could have met, but we didn't, and then, like, stuff just, like, it kept, like, I lose the order of, like, things, but, like, for example, a couple of weeks back, I think we mentioned in the last podcast, we had to take a trip to, before that, where did we go? We went to Merida. Before that, we went to Merida. We went, for, like, the visa stuff that we were trying to do, which we got, by the way, so congratulations to us. But anyways,
we can legally cross the border now.
we went how long to Merida? Like 4 days? 5 days? No, 3 days?
3 days, I think, yeah.
We went 3 days to Merida, and during the time we were there, the cast of Jamie Lee Curtis's new movie, I don't know what her name is, was in Mexico. Actually, like the last day she was there, she was in like one of the like main museums in Mexico City. Like the day we were flying back, and so obviously they were taking their plane back to the US or whatever they were going. The day we were arriving at the Mexico City airport, coming back from Merida. And I remember looking at my phone and then checking the time, and I was like, oh my god, they were there 2 hours ago. Like 2 hours before we landed, they were like there around where we were. And then I was like, oh my, this is very recently. I was like, are you kidding me? And then
Your F2 guy, and
yeah, but that's later. Like the same like day, or on the same day, that night, like that we arrived in Mexico City, the Shazam like premiere thingy happened here in Mexico, where like
Shazam,
is that what it's called? No,
Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Yeah.
Like
what?
well, because it's the same thing basically.
Well,
but like they arrived, like the cast, like them, and then Noah Centineo, the other people that I don't know their names, were there.
The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Actually, our neighbor is the one, if you're familiar with like the whole thing of like giving celebrities Dr. Simis, which are like a pharmacy mascot here in Mexico that like
sounds insane. Like when you just.
But like if people are, I think they like if you're on social media, you know what's up. But like those like damn toys basically.
I just realized I didn't even plug the microphone.
Good thing we have this on.
Yeah.
And what? Yeah, like our neighbor is the one who gave that one, the one that Dwayne the Rock Johnson had with him, like in the pictures. Our neighbor gave it to him, like he was standing next to him and everything.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, life is just great. Because we could have like, if we knew, I honestly didn't know, so it wasn't, like, but like if I had known, I would have like stayed, you know, and something, or like, or to think like they could have been arriving into the airport when we were like leaving and stuff, and it was like, ugh, okay. And then a couple of weeks back when we went to Tijuana for the same visa stuff, like we were leaving to we were literally like leaving to go to the airport to catch our flight back to Mexico City, like to the airport. And like I remember like just having one last look at my phone. I checked my stories, and I literally had this feeling. I was like, I know I'm gonna have a story of like somebody that's like in Mexico or something. And I was like, you know, I just know. And so like I was looking through the Instagram stories, and what are you doing?
Just started a whole new one. Anyway, yeah.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Yeah, okay. So you're on our way like back to the airport. To the airport of Tijuana, and I was checking my stories, and then I get a story of Paul Aron. If you know who he is, he's an F3 driver.
Sorry.
With like, it like he put a picture of like him in an airplane, and being like heading to Mexico City, and like they're in like, well, not Mexico City, but to Mexico. And then I was like, oh my god. And so I was like literally calculating the time he posted, the time I would arrive in Mexico City, and I was like, okay, so if we arrive like on the time we're supposed to get to Mexico City, he's gonna arrive either an hour and a half, 2 hours after us. Yeah. And I was like, and so I was like, I kind of hope our flight
gets delayed.
And then it did a little bit. No, it took some time.
It took like 30 minutes.
But I was like, the whole flight, the whole like waiting time, I was thinking like, oh my god.
I don't know, the flight just, I wouldn't let me run. It was one of the worst experiences.
Yeah. But I was literally just thinking like, please let me run into Paul Aron, like please. And we didn't. Surprise, we didn't. But to be honest, I was considering, I was like, maybe he's just flying to like get a plane somewhere else, or he's flying into Cancun. Like the possibilities of him flying directly into Mexico City are no, they're quite high, but I like to prefer that it's just not that high because I don't want it to hurt my heart. But like, we were also so fed up because the flight was horrible, but also we were like tired. So like, I remember suggesting to them, I was like, what if we waited for him to like arrive? And they were like, literally my moms were just like, no. And I was like, oh.
I was like sort of willing before we took off, but then the plane itself, which I think should be a whole story time on its own.
No, well, we arrived and to Mexico City, and I remember just like looking at my story to see if I had posted anything. Nothing. But like, if my calculations were right, he was supposed to be arriving like an hour and a half like after we landed. And I was like, oh my god, if I just stayed here in the airport, I could probably run into him if he's coming to Mexico City. But because like I wasn't sure he was actually flying into Mexico City, I didn't push that much to like stay. But then yeah, like we took like a van back here home and stuff, and as soon as we got home, like I checked my Instagram and I saw he had posted a story, and so I checked it. Literally 15 minutes like after we arrived home, he'd arrived in the airport of Mexico City. Like he took a picture being in the airport of Mexico City, and then I remember I was like, I showed my mom, I was like, see, he arrived in Mexico City, and I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? And I was like, I generally also thought like he was just coming and going or whatever. He literally just only, I think 2 days ago or a day ago, left Mexico.
I didn't even know.
Like he touristed around Mexico City, and then he went to Puerto Escondido, and he was there for a long time. He posted so many pictures on his Instagram, so you can, check that if you want to. But I was like, every time he posted a new picture, I was like, my heart kept like shriveling up more and more. And I was like,
I mean, we're going soon to like Formula E, so maybe you'll meet some Formula E people.
I hope so. I mean, on Saturday we're going to the Formula E. How long have you recorded, by the way?
We're like 30 minutes-ish in.
33 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, I have a little bit more hope, like, from what I've heard of the Formula E experiences here in Mexico. It is, like, not easy, but it's very possible. Like, the possibility is very high of you meeting a Formula 1 driver.
Formula 1.
Sorry, it's just my head, Formula E driver. And also other celebrities that go. And you know what, guys? What makes me nervous? And honestly, like,
I'm gonna go move the camera because it's, like, weird. Sorry, carry on.
Don't crumple. Like, honestly, yes, like, I would be so excited to meet a Formula E driver. Like, they're great, I'm excited to, like, see them driving. I love, like, Norman Nato. I mean, Nato, I think it is, but I don't know.
Is that in Spanish?
No, I think he's French.
Oh, okay.
But
Nato.
Okay. Anyways, and Sasha, and Paul. Anyways, before I start listing them all, like they're I'd be super excited. But what just killed me, guys? That yesterday I found out Lizzie McIntosh, the queen of Formula 1, just the goddess, the person I aspire to become, is gonna be at the Formula E event. I think she actually flew in today. And I was like, oh my
It'd be cool if you met
I
her.
run into Lizzie McIntosh, my life will be complete. So by the time you're listening this, if you listen to this when it came out, we are probably around the Formula E thing.
No, we're not. It comes out tomorrow. What's your logic?
On Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can listen to it on Saturday. Well, if you're listening to this on Saturday, then we're there, hanging about, and just exude the energy, put it out there, guys, that I am talking to Lizzie McIntosh. And I don't know, I'll probably post some Instagram pictures of me being there, so if any of them have Lizzie McIntosh in there, then you'll know I have done it.
Yeah, that she's done it.
But yeah, I was just like, no way. Like, yes, I'm excited to be Four Let You Drivers if the possibility happens. But you don't understand. I'm just even mega more excited that Lizzie McIntosh is going to be there. It's just such an exciting idea of meeting her. But anyways, you know, I think I just set myself to the fact that, you know, I'm no longer going to have bad luck with celebrities. Apart from the Paul Aron thing, after I got into the Chico and Max event, there's a podcast about it if you haven't. Oh, look, your ring's tilted. Anyways, after...
What ring? Where am I looking?
Your Tom Marvolo ring.
Oh yeah, it doesn't stand straight anymore.
It's your fault. Anyways, I decided that, you know what, I'm no longer have bad luck with celebrities because that happened and that was mega. So I kind of really am putting that energy out there. You're gonna meet so many people. And in my mind, I'm gonna become friends with one of the Formula 1 drivers. Okay?
I wish that for you too.
Thank you very much. I don't know who. I feel like I'm most compatible with Daniel Ricciardo. It would just be a little bit biased, but you know. But I think I'm most compatible with him and the Twitch quartet, you know. So you never know, guys. I mean, Dan is taking a year off. You know, that's what we call it over here. So he could just fly by to Mexico and just we become besties. And next thing you know, I'm Daniel Ricciardo's best friend. You never know. But yeah, I mean, those are
some of the celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, we probably forgot so many.
Yeah.
I mean, off the top of my head, those are the ones, and can you think of any others? I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but after we left Mérida, I got like a post on my Instagram that said that Gaten Matarazzo was going to be there.
Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up.
I don't know if that actually happened or not. I feel like there has to be more.
Yeah, there were more, but I don't remember them.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really much of an encounter, but when we went to the Enrique Iglesias concert, we nearly touched him.
But that was a different sort of story.
Wrong. We touched him. I mean, I don't know if this is the case for most Enrique Iglesias concert, but like when we went, he was very movie. Like he really used the whole stage and more, literally and more.
Yeah.
Like he climbed up like they're not even platforms. Like they climbed up the non-platforms, like to get closer to the to the fans. And so Pamela and I were like quite close to like the railing of.
No, we were at the railing. That's why we almost died.
We were a couple of seats away. But it's just that when he approached, because some of the stage like got really close to like the seating places. What do you call them? Like, because I just keep thinking gradas. Like
the benches.
The seats basically. Like basically from the distance the camera's at to like us, that's more or less.
They don't know where the camera is.
Not even the length that they can see how far we are. Like that's sort of like where the stage came to, and so the times where like he approached, like people would run down, but then like we were told off by the security telling us to like get back, because obviously it is like unsafe, like a lot of people standing.
I mean, that time though,
on the edge of the platform. Well, yeah, and they weren't like, they honestly would have probably hated Enrique then, but like, okay, so I'm 100% certain Enrique saw me because like the distance was so short, and
and we were screaming
and waving like maniacs.
And we were also sure he saw us anyway because we were one of the only people that took a poster. So
we didn't take a poster.
Yeah, we did. Or what was it? It was some other concert. Like one of the only people that we took posters, and the celebrity was like,
that was Justin Bieber.
Also Justin Bieber knows about us. Again, we will meet him in heaven.
And but yeah, like one of those times, Enrique decided to hop down the stage, climb up the seats basically, that, you know, it was not super high, but like
Dangerous for him.
you know, and he climbed up. Yeah, that was great. But the panic of his security guys, of trying to like make him not like
Die.
yeah, because like they just rushed to like get under him, like be like holding him like as best as they could. Some of them like were like climbing on like their rope, like I think it's where they packed their like sound stuff, you know, but like they were like rolling it over and like standing on it to like make sure like he wouldn't fall, you know. But the sheer panic in their faces of like, okay, we have to make sure he's safe, but also like everyone's now gathering around, you know, like he climbed up, and then maybe,
I mean, women and men alike, we're going feral and wild and just wanting to touch him.
yeah, and like 3 or 4 people away from us, Enrique stopped.
Yeah.
And he grabbed like this fan's face and like kissed her cheek, and like Pamela was like beside me
Before COVID, by the way.
yeah, and like he was there, and like obviously a bunch of fans were like stroking him. Literally. No, but literally. But like respectfully too, like there was no one who like, you know,
Groped him.
no, like it was all like just literally touching his back or like his arm or something.
Yeah.
And then
that's all we wanted, like even just a finger.
yeah, I literally just wanted to be like
or a
on his
nail.
arm.
Yeah.
And then like so damn close, literally.
And it was such a good concert too.
Like I was like, and from Pamela's like reach, I was like, and like you can put a video in it if you want to put a video in it. Like we're so goddamn close, like to touching him, and I was like, if he had stayed a little longer and we kept pushing, we would have been able to.
I mean, I was dying a little bit because we were being squished between the barrier and the Enrique.
Yeah, because Pamela and I like stayed literally in the thing, and obviously the rest of the rows came like running back down. That reminds me. Like, sorry, this like we were supposed to end a couple of minutes, but like that reminds me when we went to the 21 Pilots concert.
Oh my god,
That-
we should do a whole episode on like concert experiences. I think that should be a part, you know.
Because we almost touched Tyler Joseph. No, we didn't, but like we were very close.
In our minds, we almost touched it.
Okay. Yeah, we can save that for we could do a whole podcast over concert experiences.
Yeah. And the importance that we think concerts play in people's lives.
Do we? Anyway. I guess that is all for today. Like, look at how dark it is now because of the damn. You're like, it's fine. I love the sun.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, that is it for today's podcast, guys.
Before we leave you guys, I wanted to take a moment to quickly again ask for your help to collect the funds needed for publishing my testimony. I will leave the link down below. We are almost there. No, we're not almost there, but I'm manifesting that into the world. I'm praying that God can keep providing. He's been so good. Slowly, very slowly, we're collecting the sum. So, you know, I'm pretty sure, surely we will get there. So, and, you know, special thanks to everybody who donated this past 2 weeks. You guys are amazing. May the Lord multiply it 1,000-fold to all of you, especially those of you who are struggling monetarily and still made a sacrifice to donate to me. You are awesome. You know, God will reward you 1,000%. I am sure of that. And yeah, I'll leave the link down below. The whole story and explanation is on my GoFundMe page. So I hope that you can help me by sharing it or donating there yourself. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
And I mentioned in the last video that I was going to do a how to request F1 driver cards. I did that, so you can check that out on my YouTube channel. Which there's a link to everything on my Instagram. I think that's the easiest place you can go. So, I mean, my Instagram will be linked below, and there's a link tree there that'll take you to all of my social media.
And on our end of the video, there should be some links, I think here or here. I don't know where it will pop, of our channel. So
yeah. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed. Let us know about any experiences that you've had of, like,
with celebrities.
meeting celebrities or almost meeting celebrities. Let us know. We'd love to hear about them.
Catch us on our social media. For me, you can catch me on my YouTube at Pamela, Moera, Pamela Moera.
And like I said, on my Instagram, you know, there's a link to everything, but I'm most active on Instagram and on TikTok, Astrid_Moreno F1. Astrid with a double I. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
So will Pamela, I guess.
Bye.